The Florida Mayhem showed off the many possibilities of this new meta, fielding all sorts of compositions and characters that were missing last stage. The London Spitfire, on the other hand, might as well have been playing on the last patch, as a majority of their time was spent on some variants of goats. While goats proved dominant today, fans should be optimistic for London to change their playstyle against stronger teams as the stage continues. The Spitfire stumbled out of the gate on Night Market at Lijiang Tower, giving Florida the first point capture. Once they regrouped, though, London looked unstoppable. They took the point handily and kept control until overtime. After a brief back cap from the Mayhem, London swiftly picked off Florida to finish taking the point. Garden was a more back and forth map than Night Market. The 3-3 composition London ran was initially successful against the Mayhem's 3 DPS composition, but failed to maintain point control for long. After flip-flopping to point, both teams fielded Winston Ghost lineups. London looked more dominant over Florida on this composition, taking the point to win Lijiang 2-0. London started Hanamura running Hanzo Farah into Florida's bunker composition. They initially looked lost trying to counter the high sustained composition, but managed to take point A after a well-placed Dragon Strike from Prophet and self-destruct from Fury. Point B was a similarly slow advance, with Florida's bunker stalling out London's attempts at taking the point. After dislodging BQB's Bastion, London managed to finally make some point progress. They completed the capture with 31 seconds remaining in the time bank. London ran a more standard 3-3 composition on defense. Unfortunately for them, Florida was able to steamroll the point with a 3-3 of their own. While London held them off for one push, Florida built 6 ults for their second point B engagement. They quickly took the point, earning 438 to use in their next round attack. London were unsuccessful with the 1 minute of their attack time, struggling against the same Florida defense they faced in round 1. Their initial defense against Florida's attack looked strong, but a pick onto Bird Ring unfortunately spelled doom for the Spitfire's defense. Florida took one tick on point A to secure their Hanamura win. On Eichenwald, London's point A defense was quickly melted by Florida's first offensive push. Staggered deaths let the Mayhem take a great deal of free payload distance, with only 2 team fights occurring on the point B street. London started to gain composure on point C, but ultimately failed to prevent Florida from finishing the map. The Spitfire's offense was more impressive than their defense, using Winston Goats to effectively dismantle Florida's 2-2-2. While their point B defense wasn't quite as fast as Florida's, they still made decent time, coming into point C with 3:30 on the clock. While they were briefly stalled, they successfully punished an over-aggressive push from Florida to complete the map. Unfortunately, the timer barely ticked into overtime, meaning London could only hope for a tie. Thankfully, that's just what they got. A swift pick onto Swan left the rest of the Mayhem vulnerable to Gesture's Earthshatter, resulting in a team kill to end the map in a draw. Florida led on Gibraltar with another Orisa Bastion Baptiste bunker as they did on previous maps. This time around, though, London looked prepared. By dislodging the Bastion and forcing Florida to unsuccessfully run Goats, London cemented a stronghold just before point A. Aggressive positioning from Florida on defense caught London off guard initially, but they made decent progress once they dislodged the Mayhem's high ground players. Though they were stalled for a bit due to a well-timed graviton from BQB, London were ultimately successful in taking the map to win the series 2-1. In conclusion, while this wasn't a totally one-sided win for the Spitfire, they showed off their 3-3 skills effectively against a unique composition that Florida runs. It was also a welcome return for Bird Ring back into the core lineup. Hopefully, Florida is able to use his DPS skills more as they develop new strategies in their upcoming matches. Fans should keep an eye on how the meta develops to gauge how London's roster and playstyle might shift with changes in this new patch. If you love great Overwatch League content, make sure to give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and hit the bell icon. Now, from our house to yours, thanks for watching.